Hey, what's going on, folks? This is your boy Ryan, and this is another episode of In My Opinion with Ryan. Thank you all for hitting up the channel. I truly appreciate it. If this is your first time here, please do me a big favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Same if you've been a returning viewer but you haven't subscribed yet. Hey, you'd be doing me a huge favor if you could hit that subscribe button. You all know my slogan for those familiar with me. My whole goal is to talk to the camera. You guys talk back in the comments. Let me know what you think about today's video. And also, if you have any recommendations of other TV shows or movies to watch, hey, I'm all ears. I'm all checked in. I'm strapped in to learn about any other, movies or shows that I may be missing out on. So let me know about that. So with that said, let's get into today's review. It was a fairly slow week for me, as you've seen from my previous video. Outside of Power, it's kind of been a little quiet for me this week. But we're simply talking about the woman in the house across the street from the girl in the window. No, I think it's the woman in the window across the street from the girl in the house. It's one of those two titles. Reminds me of the hood comedy classic, Don't Drink a Gin and Juice in the Hood of South Central, whatever. You remember it. So anyway, let's get into what this is about. Plot summary for this movie is, it's about a heartbroken, newly divorced wife or ex-wife who is kind of going through the motions. He is getting drunk every day, pouring wine in a wine glass filled up to the brim. And she's just going through the motions, day in and day out. And she just watches life go by day from her window in her nice, expensive house. And so that continues from day to day to day until she finally notices a handsome neighbor move in across the street, move into the house across the street from her home. And then that's when she's kind of gets out of her rut. She's trying to get back out there, possibly into the dating world, trying to introduce herself, all those good things. Things seem to be going in a different direction for, in a positive sense. And then she witnesses a gruesome murder. So that's the plot. This stars Kristen Bell, Michael Ealy, and Tom Riley. And just to keep it short, might be a fairly short video, who knows. But
not a breath, I'm bringing it back in. Need my money up front, don't deal with it back in. Your pockets on a diet, nigga, I'm calling you Atkins.
Nah, that ain't it, y'all.
This ain't it, bro. This wasn't it for me, man. This is supposed to be a dark comedy, of course, hence the long, drawn-out title, all that type of jazz. But this just wasn't it for me, man. I say it's going to be a fairly short video because I kind of checked out halfway through the second episode. And my whole thing is, look, I'm not trying to bash anybody in order to get notoriety or anything like that. It just wasn't for me. Maybe it's somebody else's cup of tea. But, once again, I checked out after the second episode. And, I kind of like to try to give things a shot, to see things through, to see where it's going. But I couldn't do it for me. Kind of slow. Some of the jokes are kind of, well, not even, some parts you don't even know if it's really a joke or not, other than the woman drinking wine filled to the brim. Yeah, I mean, if anybody else has seen this and maybe I'm missing it and I should get back into it, let me know. But from what I've noticed, it didn't move me to finish the series, I should say. And just like I did with the previous video, I kind of just jumped into it. I just opened up Netflix and I saw this was popping. And I just dived right in. And actually, even though it's, when I read the description and the genre say it's supposed to be a dark comedy, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, at first, I thought it was supposed to be serious, just about the way it was. But maybe I was simple-minded with that type of take. But it was just a no for me. Once again, I'm not saying I don't want to say it's horrible or not. I'm just saying I couldn't get into it. I'll just leave it at that. I couldn't get into it. Once again, if anyone else objects and you come across this video, let me know if this is something that I should pick back up. Maybe it gets better. Well, granted, I'm assuming it gets better because when you read the plot summary, it says she witnesses a gruesome murder and maybe things get into the weeds of things after that. But I just didn't get that far into it. And I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna cut it. You know what? Let me rewind a little bit. I am gonna pick it up by. There was some other stuff I did see on Netflix that I will be watching very soon. It looks like a Korean or a Japanese horror movie that I've seen on Netflix that I'm gonna get into. I think it's called "We All Are Dead People" or something of that nature, or "We're All Dead," something like that. But from the trailer alone, and I'm gonna put the corrections in this video somewhere. I'm gonna get into that later on. But as far as this movie, the woman in the window across the street from the girl in the house, whatever the title is, like my man Randy Jackson says,
Definitely a no for me, dog. The voice is just not there.
yeah, it's a no for me, fam. And anyway, love it or hate it, this is my opinion. Peace.